Hello everybody, this is Peter the Rock. It's a Saturday, but more importantly the date is significant. We are by a river, the River Fray, and as we go along I shall show you some of the sights either side of the river. On the left hand side, on my left hand side, and indeed on yours, there used to be a railway. Not much of it left now. But there's some houses. I've gone to a lot of trouble to put little sort of summer houses or whatever, and even boats. But the River Fray is, I've never really seen any boats on it. I suppose it's possible. Anything's possible. And you can see it's flowing reasonably well at a medium speed. It does get faster in the narrow bits and the shallow bits. The reason why the 1st of July is significant is that it's a birthday. It's not mine. Don't shower me with champagne and chocolates and all that sort of stuff. I know you won't anyway. But it's the birthday, of Elsie Miles. Now, Elsie Miles is 19 today. Who's Elsie Miles, you think? Never heard of her. Is she related to some other Miles? Well, she is. She's the daughter of Terry Miles. Terry Miles, pianist, entertainer, synth player, band member, composer, writer, person who tours the country visiting pubs, visiting churches, playing the organ. Very popular chap, has his YouTube channel with 400,000, maybe 430,000 subscribers. I have a few less than that, but I live in hope. We're both going up. I've known Terry sort of online for about a year and a half, I suppose, but he's very entertaining, and the lady who does the camera work most of the time is his daughter Elsie. Now Elsie has been playing instruments, well, I don't know, since before her teens, I would imagine, but she can play both types of guitar, acoustic, electric and keyboards and the synths, and she can sing. So she can do anything really. She has also written some songs, and she's headlined at the Moustache Club in Dalston a month or so back. I didn't get there, but she's headlining again tomorrow night, July the 2nd, in Dalston. So she's doing very well, and she's very, very good at it, very accomplished, very friendly, very nice. If ever you want to watch a young lady sing and create music, please tune in to the Elsie Miles YouTube channel. Now last year, of course, on this same day, she was 18. And I think that's a significant birthday. I'm old enough to remember when 21 was significant, and it's around that time when I was 18, 21, that 18 became significant. I can't remember what the age was for voting, but oh, what's that? A strange noise. But when I was 19, I was on the cusp of a career. I'd got a job in between school and university with a company called ICL, International Computers Limited, which was a derivative from ICT, International Computers and Tabulators, which was the British computing company, and the big rivals to IBM, which stands for something else, but it's an American company and seemed to have 80% of the sites in those days. But ICL was a sort of little friendly British company, and after a course in Wandsworth, I worked with a team in Reading on the Thames, and occasionally we would go out and do things on the computer, and I had to dress up in nylon coveralls, head to foot, including my feet. Had to cover up with some sort of nylon shoes in order to go into the computer room, because in those days computers were fairly primitive and the slightest bit of dust would upset them. But it was all good fun. Wasn't much pay, but we didn't need it in those days. It's a nice little bridge coming up. But the great thing was that, you know, I was independent. I was earning money. I was getting paid. Beer was cheap. Accommodation was cheap. I think it was just about £2. About £2.50 a week rent. I shared a bungalow with my boss, Will Faulkner, and 2 or 3 others. It's Sonning Common, which is a mile or 2 north of Reading. So we're out in the countryside, go to the pub most nights. It was a very pleasant time, and I thought it was great, and I still do. I enjoyed it. Now, what we've come up to here is the Alderglade Nature Reserve. I was hoping to walk through to it, but viewers, it's a bit tricky, isn't it? It's rather overgrown. This time of year we get a lot of stinging nettles and things like that, so I won't do that, I don't think. That path doesn't lead anywhere particularly interesting. But ICL, we were pioneers. Oh, here we are. Colne Valley Trail. I know how you like signs and things, viewers. There should be a "You Are Here" on it somewhere. Oh yes, there we are. You are here. So we know where we are. We're just south of the M40 and just northwest of Uxbridge. And we can explore the Colne Valley Trail. Colne Valley runs north to south, and is crossed by will be crossed by HS2, which will run east to west. So that's where we are, and that's what I was doing when I was 19. I was rather nervous. I was wearing my first suit probably. Went up to London, got into digs with Mrs. Mullins in Wandsworth, shared a room with a couple of other guys, and but as I say, went on the course. We played bridge every lunchtime for exactly an hour, and the lecturer at the end of the hour would say, "Stop, right, restart the course." And I learned how to program, which was great. I still like ICL, and not that they exist as ICL anymore, but it was nice to work for a British company and be a bit of a pioneer. I don't know what Elsie will do with her career. Maybe she'll stick with music. She finished her A-levels last summer, and she's just been touring Europe on interrailing, I think. But it's none of my business anyway, so we'll see. But I'm sure she's be happy to make a living as a musician. Anyway, that's my only collection. I've been an admirer mostly of Terry and also of Elsie, as I say, for about 18 months. So if you want a bit of entertainment, and goodness me, he's entertaining, tune into Terry Miles. It's usually every other Thursday evening now on YouTube. I'm sure you can find him. And there we are. So there's a little bit of a river Frays. In the past I've told you all about Fray and his friend Fred Bentos, how they invented the meat pie and the bent operating system, which got no laughs at all, so I won't tell you about that anymore. Anyway, I appreciate you watching very much, and if you'd like to subscribe, that would be even better. Thank you for watching.